I'm not a person that comes in here that doesn't like trees. I mean, people come in, they love the trees. I've never met anybody who says they don't like trees. Everyone loves trees. And people, I mean, sometimes you're tempted to hug them yourself, but you don't want to get a reputation like that, you know.
The first memory of this place was a Saturday morning, and we were asked to take a tree down further up the pond there. And we came in on a sunny day, and we just thought, we never knew the pond
This place
was here
existed, no.
till we saw it, and we were just blown away with it. You know, I mean, just couldn't believe. I lived in the area all my life and had never seen anything like this.
And the same way this used to be covered in ducks as
I
well.
was just got to say that when we first come here, this area here, you could hardly see water for ducks.
When we met old Lord Beams decided that he loved his forestry. He really loved being in the wood, you know. Something when he loved it that much, sometimes we'd big fires going in the wood. We'd leave him at night time, it was lashing the rain. He'd just lie down beside the fire, you know. And we'd walk away, leaving the rain, say, Lord, are you going to be okay there? I'm fine, he says, you know, be lying in the rain. He decided every day for 8 years he'd be with us every single day. There's not a day he didn't. And we went on holiday, John. What like was we were going on holiday?
Oh, he was.
He says, I'm sad you're going on holiday. What am I going to do when you're going on holiday? You know, he says. And when we come back, the people often say, listen, we're going to ban you for going on holiday because we've had enough of him. Want something to do, you know. But it wasn't like you see it today. I mean, the island there was just like a jungle. There was no path through it, you know. So in 8 years of working with him every single day, opening up all these places, opening all the dowagers walking, that's us. How many doing that?
Aye. Well, Lord Williams, when we started working with him, he had all the old maps, all the old right-of-ways, and he used to measure everything accurately because he used to measure it in the old Scotch chain. So the paths would all be right round haw-haw walls, sunken walls. So he measured everything to the wall to where the path should be and reinstated everything in its proper place.
But this is great about Gosford. These old-fashioned mature trees are still here, you know. They're taking a fair hammer of the wind these days, and they're becoming the end of their life. A lot of the big beeches, big monsters are starting to lose limbs at the top like that, you know. And over the years, they'll have to come down, you know, because we have to worry about public safety and things like that, you know. But it's good to keep them going for bats and things like that in these old trees, because you've got a sycamore tree or anything like that. Bats can't live in these places, you know. And, so you need these old trees to be about, you know. The older we get, we don't want to take big trees down, you know, because we think that something that takes 200 years to grow, you know. We'll sit in the big stump once we fell a big tree, we'll sit and say, this started for a wee seed, we'll hold the seed like that, you'll say, look, what's in this wee seed to produce this big cathedral, you know what I mean? So you'll see a lot of trees with big here, you'll see them with big limbs with them. People start to get that down, plant another tree, you'll say, let that go away like that and leave it for another 50 years or something, you know. And let the normal bacteria get into it and do its job of producing bracket fungus and all these sort of things, you know. So these are things you have to leave in the wood to keep the biodiversity going and things like that, you know. We look at them every day, and every day we'll walk the forest the weekend. The weekends will be spent camping in the forest and walking the forest. And it's a lovely material. It's got its own uses. Each tree has got its own uses in history for making brakes and things like that, you know, making, if you're using old wagons, you would use poplar because the wood bends more. If you use beech, it would break when you put. I mean, so they all have their own characteristics and usage in our society, you know. We need more of that all over Scotland. We are under-forested, we really need more, you know. And they have to be looked after for all these years, 200 years, you know.
Every job we get sent today, it's to improve it's to make an improvement or stop something getting worse. So you're leaving something for the future. You know what I mean? It is a good feeling. You're doing it and you think, well, somebody will appreciate in years to come who did this. You know what I mean?
This one there, that's a cedar Lebanon. This one here. Look at the beautiful cones it has on it. You know, them cones there. That's a wonderful specimen, look at it. You know, that's all wood from a seed. One seed. What's in that seed? What do you call it? Produces such a plant, eh?
Well, it's been a sort of knock-on thing. I'm 3 years older than Jimmy, so I says I'll work on till you're 65. That'll make me 68. I'm 70 at the end of this month, and the two of us are still working.
This is your office. I mean, look at that. How's like an office like this? Look at that. It's wonderful. You know? So how can you not like being in the forest when you're doing this every day? You know. I know this. You really like the changes of seasons and that too. You know. Sometimes you come in here and it's frosty and that's all frozen over, and there's no leaves in this, and there's sunshine. It's just the most stunning, beautiful place to be. You know. So the forest is a lovely place to work, and we've enjoyed it all these years, Jim. Is it? It's just,
Well,
it's been.
everybody
it's been
says to us, Ken, there's no time you retire. And you think, you're maybe right. Then
Let me
you come
come
out
out and look
here
at
and
this.
you think, no.
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
We, if I do retire, we'll still come round and we'll walk these places we've planted to see these young trees are still growing, and we'll probably titivate them and things like that. You know, just because you planted them, it's a legacy you're leaving.
Just round Ken at the ice house. We had to fell a big beech tree, and right behind it, well, normally you just, when you swipe through with a long blade on the saw, it just cuts everything. Ken, if you're anything growing behind small, cuts everything. But here was it was just a beech sapling like that.
Probably a seed that came out of the same tree that's fell and took away.
Go and stand on that, I'm not going to cut that. We felled the big tree, and it's just in recent times you go in and you think, oh Jesus, look at the size of that thing, and who saved it? But the size it's grown to, and then you realise just how long you've been there for a tree to get to that
But
size.
that may have been 15 years ago. It's only about that size, isn't it?
Aye.
That was 15 years ago, you know. A farmer plants a
maybe
crop
50
and he
for
gets a farmer plants his crop and he gets his barley that year. You mean we say, well, we put this in here for next 200 years or 50 years. You know? So you look long term, and that's with trees you have to look long term. You know, next 200 years there it is. Wonderful.